To some of us, it might seem as if TikTok superstar Bella Poarch appeared out of thin air. This social media creator, famous for her hypnotic lip sync videos, has become a gigantic online sensation after her TikTok profile went wildly viral. But how much of a surprise should something like this really be? I mean, TikTok has been churning out stars for a considerable amount of time now, and I know, you're asking yourself, how much could someone like Bella, who primarily sticks to her lane of TikTok with a little bit of Instagram and YouTube on the side, really make on her social media platforms? Well, the answer is a lot, because Bella's net worth is currently estimated to be somewhere in the $300,000 range and hasn't even been making content for a full year yet. Don't let her gorgeous face and sense of humor fool you. This social media queen is a lot tougher than she looks, having spent a few years in the US Navy before she even became an internet superstar. Now, thanks to her immense success, she's experiencing the high life like never before and giving her fans a taste of her new celebrity lifestyle, including an eye-popping look at her many tattoos, as well as her blossoming passion for the finer things in life, like this show-stopping designer brand Gucci Dora Main jacket. She also knows how to keep her life exciting by drifting around Hawaii in her very own ATV buggy, and she's flat out obsessed with alpacas. But hey, when you're literally in the top 3 when it comes to followers on TikTok, you can buy yourself whatever the hell you like. Now, is social media the only place where Bella makes her money? Not even close. While the bulk of her income comes from TikTok sponsorships, her Instagram sponsorships would also add to that continually growing bank account, as would her recently released merch line, which to this point has only featured one drop. Now, Bella might have built her TikTok brand on a foundation of cuteness with a sprinkle of gaming, but over the past year, she's proven to be a lot more than that. Hey, what's poppin', guys? It's your boy Marlon Palmer, back at it again with a brand new video. This one taking a look at the rich life of everyone's favorite TikTok obsession, Bella Poarch. Bella has been steadily climbing up the ranks towards becoming the most popular content creator on the platform, and I think by this time next year, she will definitely have succeeded in doing just that. Which means that as rich as she already is, she's about to become even more so. But for now, let's take a look at how she spends and earns her big time bucks. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at ThatDudeMcFly. Let me know what you think. Let's get into the story. Usually up front, we like to discuss a celebrity's biggest payday. With Bella, that's a little difficult to suss out since her career is still very much in its early stages. So while I don't doubt that her sponsorships from TikTok have earned her money faster than anything else in her life to this point, before we dig deeper into those numbers, I want to talk to you about her previous career in the United States Navy. Bella is reported to have joined the US Navy back in 2017. In fact, her very first Instagram posts all dealt with her time spent in service to her country. Eventually though, Bella would decide to leave the Navy, quite possibly due to the fact that she was suffering from PTSD. Now, there are websites like payscale.com where you can go to get a sense of how much an individual might make while working at their chosen profession. It's not an exact science, but it helps give you an idea. If you're into stocking, it's also great for you too. According to that site, the average annual salary for a member of the United States Navy is about $68,000 a year. Now, of course, that largely depends on your rank and title, but since that information isn't widely available for Bella, let's just stick with the average with the understanding that she probably made a little under that. So if we take the $68,000 average and multiply that by 3 years, we know that she was in the Navy. That gives us an estimated earnings of about $200K. After leaving the Navy, Bella embarked on her career as a social media influencer. She had already created an Instagram profile in December of 2016, which she sporadically updated with content while still in service, but it wasn't until 2020 that she began to expand on her social media reach. In March of that year, she created a YouTube page, and then in April of 2020, she created accounts on both TikTok and Twitter. Her very first video on TikTok looked something like this.
You shut up.
That's why your shoes raggedy.
That's why your mama dead. Dead as hell. What shoes she got on? What shoes she got on her casket?
For all we know, Bella was only creating these snippets for fun, but they would go on to become a whole lot more than that, because within the span of 11 months, her TikTok account would expand into the 3rd most popular account on the platform with over 59 million followers to this point in time. Not to mention, she went from 7,000 to 1.2 million in a month. Now, it wasn't that the first video that had Bella going viral. It was actually a later post she uploaded a few months into her career in August of 2020 when she filmed herself lip-syncing to the song M to the B. That video exploded online and quickly became the platform's most liked video of all time. Soon after, her follower account began to skyrocket. To date, that clip has around 500 million views and approximately 47 million total likes. Whew! Since then, Bella has expanded her filmography by creating a ton more TikToks that involve dance challenges, gaming, and singing. Okay, now that we know how she blew up on TikTok, what does she make from being one of the biggest stars of the platform? Well, with more than 59 million followers, the answer is a whole hell of a lot. But since this is the rich life, I'll get a little bit more specific for you. Out of Bella's 245 total posts on TikTok, each of which averages about 2 million likes and has an engagement rate of just over 4%, InfluenceMarketingHub.com estimates that Bella is earning somewhere between $35,000 to $60,000 per post. Couple that with TikTok's own recent announcement that they would be creating a $200 million fund to use on their stable of artists, and I'd say that Bella's bank account is about to be hit by an avalanche of cash. All of that, and I haven't even touched on her Instagram sponsorship. With over 10 million followers on that platform, Bella's profile is just begging for sponsors to tap in. But surprisingly, to this point in time, she's done very little of that. The only post I can find that is without a doubt sponsored content is one that teases an upcoming promotion with Tinder. In the recent past, Vox has reported that Instagram users with more than 1 million followers can make as much as $100,000 to $250,000 per sponsored post. At my last count, Bella has more than 10 times that number of followers, which makes it entirely likely that she cashed a sponsor check from Tinder worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Alright, before we move on to check out how she spent some of these big time checks, let's take a look at her recent merchandise line. Bella actually just dropped her first slate of merch in November of 2020. This drop included some sweet digs like a $200 sweat set, collaboration with RIPNDIP, which featured her plush Paca. It also featured a $99 black hoodie that Bella said she designed herself. Now this merch line was extremely limited, which might seem counterintuitive, but is actually really smart on her part, because the greater the demand for the product, the more money she'll eventually make. Since this was Bella's first drop, and due to the fact that her fans would have flooded the site to secure whatever item they wanted, I'm willing to bet her traffic was well over 10,000 people, and that she made more than 6 figures that month in merch sales. Alright, now that we know how she makes all her money, how does Bella Poarch like to spend it? Well, if I told you tattoos, you'd probably say duh, because Bella's unbelievable body is absolutely covered in gorgeous tats. Seriously, each and every one of her appendages has some type of ink gracing its surface, like this amazing image on her left leg. This Japanese-inspired design takes up a considerable portion of her lower thigh, and for a tattoo that size, she probably spent close to $500. She would have spent approximately the same amount of her upper chest tattoo as well. For my money though, her most breathtaking piece of ink is the design she was covering the vast majority of her back. This image of a ship paired with angel wings is so gigantic that it extends all the way to her upper arms to get the full impact of those detailed wings. A piece of work that intricate and gorgeous, not to mention large, would have set Bella back at least $2,000. Speaking of dropping thousands of dollars, check out this unbelievable Doraemon Gucci jacket that Bella was recently wearing on her Instagram profile. As a gigantic fan of all things anime and plush, this jacket highlights the popular manga character Doraemon and fits Bella's personality just perfectly. Want to know what a jacket this nice will set you back? Oh, just $2,000, which might be a whole lot to most of us, but is beginning to sound more and more like pocket change for Bella. Now, if you browse through Bella's profiles as much as I have over the past few months, you might be surprised at the lack of fast cars on display. But I did manage to find a post where she was showing off her skills behind the wheel of a brand new ATV buggy. In terms of cost for that bad boy, that kind of model would have set Bella back $2,000 to $3,000 easily. But hey, when you can drift through the jungles of Hawaii like you're floating through the streets of Tokyo, it's worth every penny. Finally, let's take a look at one last expense that might not be Bella's priciest item on this list, but is definitely her favorite. Now, you might have noticed that in that last video, Bella had an inanimate side passenger, this little guy. That's Bella's favorite stuffed animal, her beloved Paca, and he and his like can be found all throughout Bella's social media profiles. As you can see, stuffed animals, alpacas especially, are something of an obsession of Bella's, and while you can get these relatively cheap from pretty much anywhere, I'm talking like $20 from Amazon if need be, Bella easily must have spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to build her collection. Seriously, I mean, just look at how many she owns. Alright guys, I think we'll bring this video to an end right here. What did you think of the rich life of Bella Poarch? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to follow the series on Instagram @BeforeThey'reFamous for your chance to vote on what's next, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!